Oh, you had your chance, man. You had your chance of out. He's good. He's hanging in the duration.
Good. I had him on top of that. I got a bust move too, right?
Well, if you don't know who the next person is, it's going to talk.
All right.
It is with great pleasure I nominate Mark Becker for the Miamisburg Alumni Association Honorary Award. Mr. Becker has spent most of his adult life aiding the Miamisburg community, the school district, and the athletic department, and is very deserving of this award. After graduating Miamisburg in 1970, Mr. Becker went on to spend 15 years as the sports editor at the Miamisburg News. He left the paper to work at the Mound, where he helped several thousands of dollars in donations to the science departments in Miamisburg School and set up plant visits and job shadowing opportunities for Miamisburg students. In 1991, Mr. Becker founded the Miamisburg Athletic Hall of Fame, holding the position of the head of the committee until passing the baton to me when he moved to Nebraska. Over that time, he started compiling records for all Miamisburg athletic teams. Due to his hard work and diligence, Miamisburg has a record book which dates back to 1896 when the Vikings fielded the first football teams. Now each sport has an extensive record book that includes school records, league records, OHSAA records, class records, league records, all-time lists. The record book for sports teams spans less than 10 pages for lacrosse and over 200 for football. Each head coach receives a copy. He has also produced a 500-page all-sports record book once a year that consolidates these records as well as other information on collegiate Vikings, all-time wins, loss records against schools, all Ohio awards and state tournament places for youth by athletic department. In fact, the records which are listed in the sports program each season are the fruits of his labor. When I got the original copy and printed it out, it took me 2 full reams of paper to print it out, and I had to use 2 big 3-ring binders. I had to have a boy's binder and a girl's binder because of how in-depth he was. For all the work in compiling the record books and all he has done for the athletic department, Mr. Becker is a member of the Athletic Hall of Fame as a contributor. He was also named the MCTA Friend of Education in 2001. While he's currently living in Columbus, Nebraska, where he works as a supervisor and chief company spokesman for media relations for the Nebraska Public Power District, no one bleeds blue and has the pride, spirit, and embodiment of Miamisburg more than Mr. Becker. It is time he joins his father, Dr. Carl Becker, as the recipient of this award.
Call him up.
Come on, Mark. Haven't seen him in a while. It's usually all by email anymore. Mark will be. Mark's a little short. I'll get off the podium. I don't know if I can.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Make you speak.
Come on up here.
They told you he needed the podium.
I wasn't even planning coming till about 3 weeks ago, and I tell you, it's a long drive from Columbus, Nebraska. Very long drive, okay? But I have to say, I want to thank Dick Church and for this, really, because he's the one that got started. Back in the 68, 69, you put together a thing for the basketball program. And we went from there, and we've expanded it, and I can tell you the coaches are extremely happy with it. And I talked to, basically by email, to a lot of other schools that do these kind of things. They don't have anything like this, okay? And some of them asked for it. Some others said, I don't know how we could even do that. But it's, again, it's the cooperation of the coaches things we've been able to find in the record books from coaches. Ron Swinger gave me a whole bunch of stuff one day. Okay, so I really appreciate that they've done it. It drives my wife crazy, but now she'll have something to talk about when she gets back. And I just, I'm really honored by this. I wasn't expecting anything like this. Again, to be in the same category as my dad is amazing. If you didn't know him, he knew more about stuff than I ever could imagine. I know who lived at 711 Central Avenue, Dick? I can't remember who that was, but he would always ask that question. My dad would always ask Dick that question. Some address in town. Okay, for carrying the mail.
I used to know, but I'm getting older.
Okay. I worked for Dick, and I really appreciated the time I was there and working at the newspaper. And my star reporter, by the way, is here, Lynn Schultz. She was my right-hand person a lot of times. And I know I was just at work last week, we were talking about crisis communications, and I pulled out a copy of the Miamisburg News from July of 1986. And I think many people remember the train derailment. And I was trying to explain this to some of our people in nuclear, what this all means. And I said, look at this story. And it was Lynn's story, because she went out and interviewed people that were evacuated. At the University of Dayton Arena, they were boiling hot, but again, I had the people like that working for us at the newspaper, and I truly appreciate it, even though she is married to Steve. So.
Hey, I gave her my jacket so she could interview in a bikini.
I'm not going to go there. But again, I really appreciate seeing Jeff McGovern here, because I see him all the time on Facebook at Rocco's Tacos. So. All right, thank you very much.
Thank you.